Hi lovebirds, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So when I asked you what kind of looks you wanted to see on my YouTube channel, this particular look, the NORVINA palette look, was requested so many times. So I'm here to do that specific look for you and tell you everything I feel about the palette and its diversity. So here it is, the palette we are talking about today, the NORVINA palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. And first up, I'm going to talk to you guys what I really love about this palette. So first up, it's the packaging. The packaging is a velvet that I am not able to keep clean, unfortunately. But secondly, I think it's luxe. I think it is a luxe palette, and if you are a little bit tidier and cleaner than I am, which most people are, then this is a beautiful, beautiful packaging. Now, secondly, for a color palette, I love that there are so many shimmers in here. Usually with the Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes, you get 4, maybe 5 shimmer shades, and in this case, you get, what is it? 7 shimmer shades. And 2 of my favorites are Celestial and Wild Child, which I'm both wearing on my eye, so that was a very logical pick. Next to that, I love the color range because I think this is one diverse palette. In this palette, I see so many different looks, so many different messages to be sent. I think it is very diverse, and that is why I'm going to do 3 looks today instead of just 1. I want to convince you, well, not convince you, I think just show you what I can do with one palette. So yeah, the third thing I absolutely love is the texture. I know ABH has been the talk around town when they brought out Subculture palette, and to be honest, I don't really have a problem with it. I think it's just how to handle it. That is the whole thing. I think if you can handle the texture and the products, that it is a beautiful, beautiful palette. You just have to be a little bit more delicate about it. But in this case, I think a lot of people are going to really, really like the texture. The fallout is not even a discussion. It picks up really, really nicely and is very, very pigmented. So I think it is time for me to swatch these guys for you. First up, shimmer shades. First, I place Love in the crease with a 825 blending brush. Then you'll want to grab Soul with a small fluffy brush and place it in the outer corners of the eyes. Next up, Celestial in the center of the lid. Place Wild Orchid on the inner corners of the eye and blend it into Celestial. For the lower lash line, I grab Melt MIXTAPE and place it all along the lash line. Then blend out the lower lash line with Celestial. Place a dab of rose gold on the inner corners of the lower lash line. To top it all off, you grab a little bit of a Dreamer and place it in the inner corners of the eye. Pack 1987 on your top lash line. Blend that out with a slanted eyebrow brush. Then top it all off with Lilly Lashes Goddess. Grab a little bit of mascara. I always favour the Shock Mascara by YSL and press it into the lower lash. Alright loves, so I took my makeup off, redid my base and my brows, And it is time to go ahead and do look number 2, because I promised you all 3 looks with the same palette, so we are going to do this. And look number 2, I have decided, is going to be somewhat of a mustard dream. So let's get into it. Now see, from here on out, I have the choice. Do I add eyeliner? Do I add lashes? Or do I do something else? If you like it or not, I'm gonna go for clumpy lashes. Finish this off, I'm going to use Soft Touch matte lipstick by ABH. I'm applying it with my fingers because I don't want too much focus to go to my lips when I've got so much focus on my eyes already. So when you dab it in, just look a little bit softer. This was look number 2. Not as much mustard as I had anticipated, but I still like it anyway. Alright, I think it's time for look number 3, so let me go wash my face and come back to you refreshed with a new base and new brows again. Right, lovebirds, the last makeup has come off. I have done my base again on my brows, and I cannot believe I am saying this, but it is 1:15 midnight. I started filming this tutorial at 3 p.m. You have no idea how much work it is to do something like this, and I am kind of surprised I couldn't do it any faster. But I must say I'm having a lot of fun doing this tutorial, so if you have stuck with me for this long, then you might as well stay along and watch look number 3. So for this last look, I want to do something that is very, very soft, maybe even a tiny bit ethereal, because we've done a very colourful look. Something really nice and tan and pretty, maybe a hint of sexy. And then for this one, I wanted to do something that is a tiny bit more wearable in daytime, for me at least. So let's get started. Look number 3. To start off, we'll grab a little bit of Dreamer and place it on the center of the lid. Next up, Dazzling on the outer corners of the lids and wing it up. Onto a dab of rose gold on the inner corners of the eyes. Now grab a little bit of YSL the Shock Mascara or any other mascara you really like and accentuate your lashes. Now grab a white or a nude pencil like this one by Chanel and fill in your lower waterline. Now grab Volatile to accentuate the lower lash line. To top it all off, we're going to use Kaleidoscope Glaze by Danessa Myricks. Now I figured this look could use a lip, not too bright, but it must be there. So I use a tiny bit of Crush liquid lipstick.
says wake up, it's no use breaking. I'll keep stealing, breathing.
We have come to an end, my loves. This was my 3 looks with 1 palette tutorial all in one go. And I think this is probably the first fun look I've posted on YouTube. Not something that is about teaching or spreading information. So if you enjoy tutorials like this one, please let me know down below in the comment section. And if you have any suggestions, I always take suggestions. This was fun to do. It was a lot of work, but really fun to do. And even now, I have the feeling that I could do probably 10 more looks with this palette. Probably more, but you know, who's gonna do that? No, I've really enjoyed this. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know it was a long one. It was a very long one. But in any case, I've enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining me here on YouTube. If you want to follow my work outside of this space, please go to my Instagram account where you can follow me on a daily basis. See ya.
Eyes wide open, naked as we came. One will spread out ashes.